Okay, so what you see there is a winter scene with a beautiful red robin there in the background. She has always loved English winters, red robins and all that kind of thing, but when she was about 5 years old, she was going up a certain street in her town in Wolverhampton, and she fell and cut her right knee open through a glass bottle that was already broken. She'd fallen straight on it because it was a very dark place. There was hardly any lighting there at all. And anyway, to cut a story short, she was taken to a first aid where her dad worked, and she was very frightened because it wouldn't stop bleeding. The knee was quite a deep wound and it just wouldn't stop, and there was a load of glass in it as well. And the first aid worker that was there in the first aid room, he spoke to me in a beautiful soothing accent, with a beautiful soothing accent, and he was hugging me and holding me in his arms and telling me, "It's all right, lassie, it's all right. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's all right, lassie. You're going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what. Everything's going to be all right, lassie. Everything's going to be all right." He was saying that to me, and he was quickly bandaging up my knee as a first aid thing as well, to try and stop with a load of gauze bandage, to try and stop the bleeding so much. It did stop quite a bit, and he took a lot of the fear away as well, because the way the doctor treated her after in the hospital was quite, you were left on your own in a room, no mother or father, no nothing. And of course I began to cry because nobody said a word. He just picked up and he was very skillful. He took all the glass out of the wound, out of the knee. I realise now that he was just doing his job. He was very cold, very stone-faced about it all. That's what scared her the most. That's what gave her what you call the white coat syndrome, you know. He sewed up the wound with, when it was all cleaned up, he sewed it all up with black thread and a needle. And I really mean a needle, not just, not like they do now. And there was no injection to kill the pain either. No, nothing. And there was no painkiller while he was taking out the glass either. And he didn't try to stop me crying. He didn't say anything to try and calm me down. He just let me bawl my head off really loud and clear. But what she always remembers is the first aid worker who said, "It's all right, lassie, it's all right. Everything's going to be all right. You'll see. You'll come out of it all right." And that is what really pulled her together, and she stopped sobbing away. And in the end, after a pretty long process, and I can tell you the stitching up is really painful, was really painful, because they were using then black thread and a needle, and a sewing needle, nothing like now. But the man with the first aid worker with the Scottish accent really soothed me. "It's all right, lassie, it's all right." And that's what stayed with me all my life. Nothing more than that. I'm not going to criticise anything or anybody. I just remembering that it all happened around Christmas, and that's it. It's a beautiful Scottish accent. Bye everybody, bye.